Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to the Currency of Knowledge. This, I think, is going to be one of our most exciting podcasts, kind of split, actually, because we have two sisters who we'll be interviewing separately. But the first person we're going to speak with is Libby Miller. She is the daughter of Julie Miller, one of our private bankers. So we are very excited to get the opportunity to speak with her and find out what is she a millennial?
She's a millennial, yeah.
Okay.
She'll be our first millennial guest.
Yes, exciting. Yeah. What she thinks, what wealth is to her.
You know what? I think she's not a millennial.
No, I don't think
I think she's a Zer.
Is she a Zer?
I think she's a Zer. Yeah, I know she's a Zer because she's actually about a month younger than my oldest daughter. Okay. So she is a Zer, so yeah.
This will be exciting.
It will be exciting. It's a very exciting time in Libby's life. She's getting ready to move to Lexington.
Yeah.
To begin her master's program in language speech pathology.
Yes. Very exciting.
So it's, she's transitioning from, college student to graduate student, which, if you've gone through that, you know that there's a bit of a distinction between college life and your graduate or professional study. So really looking forward to talking with Libby and learning more about how she sees finances. And really one of the questions I'm wanting to ask her is, what concerns does she have about her finances in the future? Because it's probably something that as a young college graduate, she's not probably given a lot of thought to.
Right.
So it'll be fun to hear her answers and see how she defines wealth.
Exactly. Excited to speak with her.
Well, we're here with Libby Miller. Thanks so much for being here.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I'm excited.
Yeah, it's an exciting time in your life. So you leave for Lexington in just a few weeks.
Yep. Actually, on Saturday.
On Saturday.
Yeah.
So you have an apartment?
Yes, I do. I have a 2-bedroom apartment, so I'm really excited, and it gives a place for my parents to come stay with me, so that's fun.
Yeah,
Great.
And then you're going to also have your sister there.
Yes, yeah. She'll be a junior there next year.
Yeah, and we're going to talk to her in a little bit, so looking forward to that conversation as well. So why did you decide to study speech pathology?
Well, I've always loved working with kids. That's something that I could always see myself, doing in my future. And so I was a student aide for a little bit, my junior year of high school. And I realized I don't think I can handle 20 kids in a classroom by myself. That's just a lot of pressure, and they can get a little rowdy sometimes. And I don't think I would deal with the stress very well. So the idea of working with kids one-on-one in, in a setting where I could, see them improve and grow, that was something that was really exciting for me. So as of right now, I want to work with kids in schools. That could very well change after going through grad school and learning more about my profession and places that I can work. But yeah, mostly the idea of working with kids is what drew me to the field of speech pathology.
So for people who maybe not familiar with speech pathology, tell me sort of what a typical day would be like for a speech pathologist.
Yeah. So I guess specifically in schools, you would have, 5 or 6 students that you might be working with at a time in one school. And so, you would have each specific meeting with those students working on, their specific needs that they need to be working on with their speech. So you would have a couple of clients in the morning and then a couple of clients in the afternoon, do some notes in between, do some reports, and then probably be able to head home. I don't know. Yeah. I've done a little bit of observing here and there with an actual speech pathologist from the LISD.
Okay.
But not much medical or anything like that, so I can't really speak to that.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
It's as far as it's in demand, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of demand for.
That's what I've heard. So that makes me feel good that I hopefully will have a job one day when I actually get to graduate.
I'm sure you will.
And I will say this, very necessary.
Yes.
Having, as a child, I went to a speech pathologist for a hot minute, and it was only because I had an accent.
Oh, yeah.
That they worked with me overcoming.
Okay.
But I do think just the difference that you make, and of course you'll probably be working with children who have far greater needs than just an accent to overcome, but so important. I mean, obviously we're all speaking, and you speak very articulately, and that is very important in life. So exciting.
Yeah, it is.
No, I forgot I had to go to speech pathology as
did
well.
You really?
I did.
We're a mess.
I did it for kindergarten, first and second.
Oh, nice.
So I was speech delayed. I didn't start speaking until I was 3.
Wow, okay.
And
he's made up for it.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
You sound great.
Thank you. There are certain words that I still struggle with, and
Like what word?
Magnificent. I have to really think about the word.
It's okay.
Yeah. So but it is, if you struggle with it, it can be so debilitating.
Yes, yeah.
And President Biden has spoke pretty clearly about his speech impediment and the way it affected him. And I know that he can, really help people. And the movie The King's Speech, as well, was really kind of neat to watch.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about that on my study abroad, actually.
Okay.
And so I actually still haven't seen the movie. I probably should watch that. But yeah, it is like you learn that speech, how much of a need that speech is, and you don't really realize it when you don't have to go to speech therapy. And so it's kind of, inspiring to see people that have gone through speech like you two, and you guys are doing great.
We're doing fine.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be right back.
At County National Bank, we believe in the power of personalized service. Whether you're saving for a rainy day or planning a major purchase, we offer a range of deposit accounts and loans tailored to your needs.
Our dedicated retail banking team is committed to providing exceptional service, helping you navigate your financial journey with confidence.
With convenient in-person branch locations and digital banking options, managing your finances at CNB has never been simpler.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 39979.
So tell us a little about the time that you spent in the UK.
Yeah, so it was a 3-week program with the CSD department at Michigan State. And there was, I think, 18 girls from MSU and 2 girls actually from Rhode Island that went. And we were in London the whole time, just for 3 weeks. I think we only had class 4 days a week, so we had long weekends the whole time we were there. And that was really interesting to me because most of the experiences that we had there were with like the medical population or people that have had laryngectomies. And that was something that like we talked about in the classroom, but you learn more from experience and actually getting to hear those people's stories. So that was really interesting for me because all I had known before was a school SLP setting and what they really do. And so hearing from laryngectomy patients and people that work at the National Hospital of Neurology and Neurosurgery or something we went to visit, and we had 2 people come in and lecture to us there. And so that really opened my eyes to like how many places that speech pathologists can work and all the different settings. And so it was really beneficial for me and like that way for my studies and that sort of thing. I also met a lot of people, and I'd never traveled out of the country alone, so that was a big step for me too, independence-wise and that sort of thing.
That's a big step.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah, I didn't know anybody either when I applied, so I got to meet a lot of new people, and that was nice.
Great.
I think that's fantastic.
Yeah, it was.
So what, outside of the learning about speech, what kind of lessons did you bring home from that experience?
I guess I brought home that growing up, I was like a really like a homebody. I didn't like to leave my parents or my sister a lot. And so I think I learned that I gained some confidence in the sense that like I can do things that I really didn't think I could do before. And so that kind of played into my decision a little bit about going to Kentucky, which it's only 5 hours away. It's not, over an ocean, a 7-hour plane ride, but it made me feel a little bit more confident in my ability to, step away from my family for a little bit and, take pride in my studies and that sort of thing. Yeah.
Great. So of all the places, because you didn't just stay in London, you did some sightseeing as well.
Yes, we went to Scotland.
Okay.
Yes.
So what would have been your favorite place?
Well, so I really liked London a lot, but I'm just not that much of a city girl, I don't think. And so it was like super, it's very much like a Chicago, New York kind of style. And so going to Scotland with all the open fields, and we saw water. I don't even know what ocean it was or what it was, but it was just really nice to see, the natural beauty that Scotland had. So that was fun, but we were only there for 3 days. So we, walked around, did some shopping, hung out. Stayed in a hostel too, which was something new to me.
Your mom was very concerned about that.
I know they were a little nervous.
Yeah, they were a little concerned.
Yeah.
But would you recommend that?
Yeah, I would recommend studying abroad or anything like that. I think that you learn a lot from like the program that you're taking and the classes that you're taking, but you also learn a lot about yourself, which I think is super beneficial in college. Yeah.
So would you consider traveling by yourself again?
I don't know. Maybe with my sister. I don't know. I feel like I learned a lot about like how to, organize things, and riding the public transportation was a big like change for me because we don't have that here, obviously.
Yeah.
And so I think that I would want someone with me so that when things got a little bit confusing, I had someone to talk through it with a little bit. But I wouldn't be completely opposed to it. But
well, if you tell us where you want to go, and then we'll ask Katie where she wants to go, and we'll plant the seeds.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
That will be perfect.
Yeah.
I'll let you guys know.
I have a feeling that your sister is going to be much more into the metro.
Yeah, I think she will. That's definite. Yeah.
Yeah.
But.
So I just want to talk a little bit about your high school basketball career. I know you did you spent a lot of time on the court, and you had a big degree of success there.
Yeah.
So tell me about that experience. And did you guys have 2 state championships?
Yeah, we had 2, and then COVID ended our season in regional finals.
And we don't know because you didn't play, but likely you would have had a 3rd.
It's possible, yeah. We had one of our main players hurt that year. She tore ACL, so there was a lot of changing in the lineup and that sort of thing, and filling in the gaps where she was taking care of a lot of things for us. So a lot of people say that we have an honorary 3rd, but you never know what was going to happen.
Yeah. Well, you can take it, right?
Yeah, I'll take it if people are going to give it to
us. Yeah, for sure. What of that experience and going through that, because that was you won the state title your sophomore year, your junior year, and then of course COVID happened your senior year. So you didn't have kind of a traditional senior experience. But talk about, you had some really significant players on both of those championship teams. But it did take a team. You couldn't always get the ball to Bree.
Yes, yeah.
Right. So you had to get the ball to other people. And I know that you were a great outside shooter. So tell me about how that team didn't become selfish. I watched you play. No one became selfish on that team. Yeah. How did you share that kind of celebration? And people identified really early on that Bree was a terrific and great player. And, what was her leadership style like to keep that line not only on her, but on the whole LCS team?
I think a lot of it stemmed from our coach. Our coach was Danny and Bree's dad, Coach Sallenbein. But, he never really was like, get the ball to Bree or get the ball to Danny. Like, he really, embraced the idea that everybody had a role, and they can't, everyone on our team could, make a shot when it needed to be made. And so I think that Danny and Bree knew that, everyone else knew that. And so when it came time to when we needed to score or, we needed to lock up somebody, it was really a matter of who was going to be able to do it for us in that moment. And I think everybody knew that everyone had the confidence that they were going to be able to do that. So yeah, I think a lot of it stemmed from our coach, and obviously Danny and Bree were both really great leaders. And they were never like, I'm better than you, or, they never loved to be in the spotlight, honestly. It just obviously came to them with their talents that they had. But I think that we also grew up playing together for a really long time. A lot of girls on my team, we played together since 7th or 8th grade. So I think that, bond and chemistry on the court or off the court just played into a little bit of being able to work better as a team on the court.
Yeah. So one of the things that I really this season watched a lot of women's college basketball. It's an exciting time in women's college basketball, of course. Yeah. And one of the things I thought was so, Caitlin Clark kept pushing it back to her teammates. Every time someone wanted to throw her flowers, that she kept throwing her team flowers. And I think that's important in all aspects of life, not just on the basketball court, because it takes a team around us to be successful. Agreed. I've said 1 billion times, Holly's better than I am every day of the week, and she makes me better. And so I love being on Holly's team because she makes me better. I think we make each other better, but she probably makes me a little better than I make her better.
No. She might have to use a girl.
So we're going to go to a quick break again, and we'll be right back.
At County National Bank, we know your financial needs are as unique as you are. That's why we offer tailored retail lending solutions to fit every dream and necessity. Need a personal loan for that new car, dream vacation, or unexpected expense? Thinking about tapping into your home equity? With personalized service that makes financing easy, we've got you covered. At CNB, we're here to help you achieve your goals with ease. Come in, sit down with us, and together we'll find the right loan for you. County National Bank, where our personalized loan solution meets your unique needs. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 399979.
All right. Thanks again, Libby, for being here.
Yeah.
Appreciate the conversation. So, we ask all of our guest question, what is wealth? So, what is wealth to a Zer?
I would say that, wealth to me would be being able to provide for people that you love and give them experiences that maybe you weren't able to have. I think that I'm super blessed and my parents have been able to allow me to do a lot of different things in life that I would not have been able to do without them. So I think growing up, they've set a great example for me to be selfless with my financials and be able to, provide for my family or my friends and be able to help others. I think that's what that would mean to me, I guess.
That is the best answer we've ever had. That's amazing.
Wow.
I love that perspective.
Thanks.
I'm kind of blown away with the response because I think we all want that for the people that we love, and we want it for ourselves to be able to do it.
Yeah.
And transitioning from the basketball court into the financials, it was kind of the same conversation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which speaks to, you as a person.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I think it's fabulous.
And it fits so well with the career that you're choosing.
Mm-hmm.
Just going back to what it means to someone who struggles with speech and all that it plays in our lives, even if it's just not from a professional, but purely just from a self-esteem.
Yeah.
So the fact that wealth means that to you, and you're in essence going to do that for somebody, to give them something that they currently don't have and set them up, is just quite remarkable.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Great answer.
Thank you.
So I want to dig a little bit deeper into that answer, though, and talk about when we talk about wealth, and you did the definition is amazing. I can't wait to watch this and be able to write that down. And to kind of use it as my own now.
And now we're gonna not play it back. I want to see Tim and Julie's reaction.
That would be awesome. But what kind of concerns as you start this kind of new journey? You're gonna start at some point. Your mom and dad will say, "Hey, you're off the family payroll, so to speak."
I know, my mom's waiting for that day.
I know she is.
Yeah.
And I think you'll always be able to probably get a little bit more from your dad.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, but I'm just curious, like, what concerns do you have? Like, what, if you think about it, fast forward, it's a 2-year program.
It's a 2-year program.
So now it's year 3. Your mom and dad are not paying your rent anymore.
Yeah.
You're paying your own rent. You maybe have a mortgage.
Yes.
What concerns do you have?
Well, my mom and dad would probably tell you, and my sister, that sometimes I do get a little bit stressed about money, even though I've never had a reason to really feel that way. My parents have never made me feel that way. But when it comes to, things that become expensive, I'm like, wow, that's kind of high, isn't that? And my parents are like, well, that's the cost of living nowadays. So I do get a little bit concerned about my own, ability to know when to spend and know when to save. I think that I'm a little bit, I'm a penny pincher in a sense of my own money when I do make it. And so I think that learning that boundary of where it's okay to spend a little money here and it's okay to spend a little money there and to save here. I think learning that is going to be, that's kind of a concern of mine because I am a little bit,
I think that's really insightful. And I think the biggest thing about understanding a challenge is being able to articulate it. And you were able to articulate it. And so again, you've got a seasoned professional as a mom who can help you make some of those decisions. And so I think you'll do just fine.
I think so too, with the help of both of my parents for sure.
Well, Well, thank you so much for being here.
Yes.
Of course. Thank you for having
have
me.
blown us away.
Oh, thank you.
And so wish you all the best
Thank you.
as you move to Lexington.
Thank you.
And you become a Wildcat, which I would
Go
like
Cats.
to support, but I'm a Hoosier.
That's okay.
So,
That's okay.
but anyways, best of luck.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Good luck.
And
And
enjoy it.
Thank you.
Like,
Yes.
Enjoy every second of it because adulting, it's not that
I know.
great.
I'm like, all my friends are getting jobs, and I'm like, well, I have 2 more years of school.
Yeah.
So.
And then maybe a PhD. I mean,
Yes,
I'm just gonna
yeah,
say,
just keep
drag
going,
it out.
right?
Drag it out.
Yeah.
thanks so much, Libby.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.